Thanks for tuning in to a special edition of The Old Dirty Basement. We have a special guest today, Jess Weiss from Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah, she played Chica, and despite the name, don't let it fool you, she is not Mexican, quite the contrary. She is as American as apple pie, just a dear, a sweetheart, an all-around fantastic person, and a great interview.
Yeah, Jess was a real super cool guest. She came in here, she brought her brother, had some cool pictures of herself dressed as Chica, gave them to my kids, signed some autographs, and they became instant celebrities at school. Wanted to thank her for that.
Yeah, shout out to her brother, Sean, the snowman, friend of the show. He hooked us up with this, and we appreciate it. Talk about a lot in this episode. Stallone, David Copperfield. She worked with him a little bit, which was cool. Somebody trying to cop a feel.
Oh.
At Comic-Con.
Oh.
At least they tried.
Perverts.
Yeah, tried. But she's working on her martial arts and boxing. So, but anyway, we hope you enjoy the show. Speaking of which, if you are, leave that 5-star rating on Spotify. On Apple, you can leave a written review. And sit back, relax, and enjoy our interview with Jess Weiss. Hey, this is Dave.
Matt.
And Zap.
And welcome to the Vintage Cinema Review.
Where every week we review some of our favorite films from the past.
Hey, there ain't no late fees here.
Silence is golden, and be kind, rewind.
Hey guys, how's it going in the basement today?
What's going on?
Not so bad.
We have some special guests here today. I see some faces.
Yeah, we
These are
got
new faces.
two special guests in here.
Certainly not familiar with the dirt of this basement.
No, for sure.
How old and dirty it is.
Right. This is a relatively new movie. We're doing Five Nights at Freddy's. But more importantly, we're here to interview Jess Weiss and her brother Sean. He's here as well.
Thank you. Yeah.
Welcome, welcome.
Welcome. Yes, welcome to the basement.
Yeah, so Five Nights at Freddy's is a movie that just came out. And Jess, you were in the movie. Tell us a little bit about that movie.
Yeah, I was. I played Chica. She is a murderous chicken.
Nice.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, don't give all away here.
No, right.
Yeah. The movie was based off of these video games that came out about 2014, I believe. And it just has a massive fan following. And they range from first graders to 29-year-olds.
Sure does.
And older.
And older. Yeah, don't leave us out here.
Right.
I was going to say, I got
29. Jeez.
I got friends of mine with kids I know who are just crazy over that game.
Yeah.
Absolutely crazy. They get the figurines, they get the pens, they get everything.
Yeah, the merchandising for this game is ridiculous.
Tremendous.
I didn't realize how much it was. And the more and more fans I keep meeting, they show me their collection. And I'm like, oh my God, this is massive.
Is it cool to see like you're the person you played little like Chica with,
Yeah.
just there and like that was me.
Yeah, for sure. It's very interesting because it's the merchandise for the movie hasn't come out yet, but I mean, there's so much already.
Christmas is coming.
Yeah, is that going to be like a hot time, like Christmas time, that stuff?
I'm sure. Like, there's already a Five Nights at Freddy advent calendar.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Oh,
That's
no way.
fantastic.
That is awesome. Yeah, I went actually today to try to get something, and it was kind of limited stock on everything. So I'd imagine that stuff's coming out. Now, the movie came out, what was it, October 25th?
It was early release on the 26th.
Oh, okay, 26th.
Yeah, it was originally supposed to be the 27th,
Gotcha.
Halloween weekend, and it blew it out of the box.
Yeah, I was going to say, I was looking at the numbers, and it did really well at the box office.
Yeah.
Still doing well. It was at number 2 this week.
Still.
Yeah.
That's wild.
That was on Paramount had it on
That was Peacock.
Peacock, I'm sorry.
There's so many of them now, you can't.
But that's what my kids were begging us to get it. So we went and got it for like the 1 month, and we actually put a reminder. So after the month's up, we're like, cancel that subscription to not saying the Peacock is great. Not saying that. It's just, limited funds.
I do it for the year. I pay for the year now.
All right.
Yeah,
So
but
we were talking about this at one point, and it's not often that you see a movie come out and also simultaneously released on the home theater version, the streaming version,
Yeah.
where that movie does so incredibly well. I mean, it's bananas. The fact that people can just stay at home and just sit on their couches and get it.
Mm-hmm.
No, these people went out, and I mean, like in droves. You're talking about the crazy fans. I'm sure there was, the cosplay. There was all kinds of stuff for these nights going out.
yeah, I think this is probably much like Star Wars and these other movies where there's so much like a fan frenzy that you've been doing these Comic-Con type things. It's probably like a frenzy when these movies come out,
Yeah. It's definitely I've talked to so many fans, and one fan in particular was like, I've seen the movie 4 times. I'm like, oh, cool. Did you see it at home? And they're like, no, I went to the theater. I'm like, what?
Neat.
Like,
That's amazing.
yeah.
You know what would be cool is like how they have what's the one that they show like late nights at 12 o'clock, like things like that to get a following where people bring like dress up and
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure it'll be.
Oh, like a midnight showing?
yeah, like a midnight showing.
There were so many people already dressing up just to go see it.
See, that's cool.
Like, didn't matter the time. It was like, I'm watching these TikToks and it's crazy.
So how did like what how did you go out for this role? Like what was it, becoming a stuntman or something? You said you
Yeah.
were into stunts or
So the way it works is that with stunting or being a stunt professional, you get your jobs through a stunt coordinator. There's no audition process. You know, there is an audition process for the stunt coordinator, and they understand your skill and what you're capable of. And Andy Dillon, who I've worked with on multiple projects, he's the stunt coordinator for Five Nights at Freddy's, reached out to me and said, hey, you know, I've got this job that's coming along and you'd be perfect for it. And, you know, what do you think? And I had known about Five Nights at Freddy's. I never played it because the like jump scare, anxiety inducing anticipation games, I don't do well with. So I never played it. So once I got the role, I was like, okay, now I got to play it.
yeah, not a spoiler out there, but like it is for kids to watch. It is like, it's not bad. It's just a lot of like jump scares.
A little
and
intense,
it gets the
yeah.
kids like, oh.
Yeah, it's PG-13. So, you know, it's suggested violence, no blood, no gore. Yeah.
It could be like PG-10. Like, why don't they have something like that?
In between?
Yeah, like in between.
Well, I think that's probably what.
Why does it got to go all the way to
right?
13?
Is there PG anymore? I guess there still is. They still do
Yeah.
PG.
Yeah, parental
movies?
guidance. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I just don't. It seems like everything's either PG-13, R, or G.
There's
Or,
not many,
you know
actually,
what I
not
mean?
many R's anymore. I don't see many R ratings.
Yeah.
They say MA.
Is that what it is?
But that's
Mature?
TV.
No.
There's so many of these ratings.
Yeah.
Like I think it's TV, MA, and then they have NC-17. So this movie, like you said, you can get it on Peacock or go out to the theater, definitely see it. But let's talk a little bit about you. Like how did you, like where did you grow up and what got you into movies? And
I grew up in Rockville, Maryland,
Okay.
which is outside of DC for if anybody doesn't know.
You're close to here.
Yeah, exactly. Grew up in the area. And I think getting into movies, it's just, I remember being really little and I hung out with my siblings a lot, especially my brother Sean, who's here. And
Hi, Sean.
what's up?
Everybody say hi to Sean.
and he'd always bring home movies, scary movies too. Silence of the Lamb, I remember that.
Oh yeah.
And I was really young when you brought that home.
What do you mean, like young, like 8?
Oh, probably younger than
Oh,
that.
wow.
I might have been 6.
So you're walking around thinking you were Clarice or something.
Yeah. No, I remember the one scene, Sean going like, cover your eyes. And I'm like, what's going on? You know?
Yeah, that's an intense one for
Heck
sure.
yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, it was definitely, you know, I think my love of film came from just watching the stuff that my siblings would bring home and, you know, just what I find on TV. And I just kind of wanted to, you know, be part of it. It didn't matter what part. I just knew I wanted to be part of it. So, you know, in high school, I started doing tech theater. And from there, I went to school doing, I went to school called Full Sail, which is a school dedicated to learning those industries like film, game industry, and audio engineering for live shows, which is what I went for school.
Was that in Maryland?
No, it was actually in Florida. It was in Winter Park.
I was gonna say, I
nice.
never
Okay.
heard of that. That's awesome.
That is
Yeah.
cool. So when you were like real little, like I know like when I was a kid, I used to like, Matt and I, we've known each other. I knew Zap too since high school. But when we were like in high school, we used to try to make little short films. I had like one of them old school big camcorders, you know what I mean? We were always really creative and trying to do, were you like that as a kid? Like always trying to create and do things, or no? Was it just kind of like liked watching the movies and then decided?
I liked watching them. I didn't really have a film camera, so that was never a thing, you know?
Right. But like camcorder, you know,
Yeah,
VHS, that type
well,
stuff.
I do remember our dad having a camcorder. And I do remember videotaping over my sister's basketball games.
Oh,
Nice, yeah.
okay.
That's murder.
So you did do it. You did do like the little skits and.
Yeah.
Well, not really skits, but like stuff on TV. And,
Oh,
you
okay.
know.
Just whatever. Like a show would come on. Like what is that? Why the Disney?
Yeah.
Whatever. Like film. Whatever.
No, it definitely wasn't Disney.
Oh, okay. Cool. Cool.
It was probably like TGIF Friday stuff.
Oh, that stuff. Yeah, we used to.
Like
we had
Urkel and.
Yeah.
It was a big Curtis Mathis camcorder. Curtis Mathis was
Yeah.
like an old school store, and I remember my parents bought it, for family stuff, and I would steal it and take tapes, and we'd make like little skits, like we redid Home Alone at my house, and like did a little. We would do dumb stuff like that.
We would do a lot of MTV videos.
Yeah.
Because we went to school, we had to wear like shirt and ties, so we did that one.
Color Me Bad.
Yeah, Color Me Bad. Like we did a whole Color Me Bad video.
It was pretty rad. Yeah.
We would do ones like people sneaking in the house, like somebody robbing your dog.
Yeah. Remember that
Like,
one?
oh
Yeah.
man, I got him on tape. Yeah.
All kinds of cool stuff.
Yeah, I do remember doing, just not videotaping it, but mimicking
Stuff that you see on TV.
Sure, of course. I got to
do you
believe
remember
that
after
any
I
kid's
saw-
doing that.
Oh
Right?
yeah.
Yeah. Do you remember after I saw Beetlejuice?
Well, go ahead, please.
So, in Beetlejuice, he's like, nice fucking model, honk, honk. And I would do it. I would do the gesture and everything. God, how old was I? 10 or 11, yeah.
See, that's awesome. So it's like you kind of,
Yeah.
not that you knew, but you hadn't,
Yeah.
you liked it a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jim Carrey, too.
Oh, he was the mask and
Yeah.
all that.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Fire Marshal
fantastic.
Bill.
Curling your lips behind your teeth
Oh, yeah.
Oh, so you watched a lot of,
in living color.
yeah, and Living Color was really good for comedy. That was really
I loved
good.
In Living Color.
So when you get to a role like this, was this the end goal? That is to say, and by end goal, I mean, hey, you're on screen now versus being behind the scene. Or when you got into this, look, I'm just good with being behind the scene, or not called out or anything like that. Or how did it all balance?
I don't think there is an end goal. I think the goal is just to keep participating
Nice.
and keep just, for the love of the art and just pushing your boundaries, seeing if you could do a better role and be better and act better. And it's just, for me, that's always it. It was always like, well, I want to keep doing this.
That's awesome.
Maybe I can do something a little bit better.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Exactly. Yeah.
Fantastic.
But going back to the stunts, like, did you have in that Full Sail, was there like a school for that, like learning how to do stunts, or did you just?
No, I mean, like I said, I went to school for audio engineering.
Oh, okay.
So I was an audio engineer. But when I graduated, I didn't touch an audio board at all.
She went to
wow.
those stunts of Hard Knocks growing up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you said there was a big story behind that. Or I guess.
Yeah. Growing up, hanging out with my brother Sean a lot, who's 10 years older than me. Sorry, Sean. He definitely, I tell everybody that he's the reason why I do stunts now. Because he's like, hey, Jesse, come here. And I'll be like, yeah, what's up? He's like, get in the dryer. I'm like, okay.
Get in the dryer.
Awesome.
He's like, I'm going to turn it on. I'm like, okay.
Just roll with it.
But that didn't happen.
Oh, no,
Seriously?
it happened.
That's great.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
You gotta get the dryer going before you.
Yeah, it's not just for cats anymore.
You gotta give it a start.
Get it rolling before you.
So is that like what you use when you like, hey guys, check this out? Like when you go out for a roll, like,
Yeah, I'm
look,
like-
you got a dryer anywhere? Let me hop in there. I'll show you something.
Yeah, it's on my stunt reel. No, but it was stuff like that. Like, it used to do stuff with me in the cozy coop.
Yeah. Do you guys remember those little cars that kids would have?
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
Sure.
So I'd put her in it and I'd run, and just flip it over.
Oh man.
Yep.
Like accident, you had to hold on.
Yeah, he's like, don't put your feet down.
Don't tell mom.
He's like, look at me. Don't put your feet down.
You should open a stunt school. You could train people and stuff.
Like a whole gymnasium of dryers.
Yeah.
Kids to get in.
First
You're
step.
gonna be like the Mr. Miyagi of stunts.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, I just didn't know if there was like if you got into like a program and they showed you like how to land, how to kind of like with
I definitely since doing it, I've learned a lot, and like right now, I'm taking boxing lessons to work on my fight skills.
Nice.
Okay.
So next is jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, we heard there's some like frisky Comic-Con people. I just heard it on some side chat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So you
yeah.
need to
Yeah.
be ready out there.
The fans are fierce.
Honestly, they've been really nice. The FNAF fans have been extremely nice. And it's just, unfortunately, I don't think this person was a FNAF fan. I don't think this person even knew what FNAF was.
Right.
And he was just going because he was like, oh, there's girls there.
Oh, yeah.
As an excuse. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Creepy.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yes,
creepy.
he was a creeper. And
Sure.
And it wasn't just me; it was a bunch of other girls that were there. And
Oh, so okay.
yeah. Unfortunately, he did grope one of the other female guests. So
See, that's what if you had like that left hook
See, it sounds like 5 fists to the face.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
to the face, man.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that could be that's the whole sequel.
Yeah.
At Comic-Con, it goes crazy.
yeah.
Right. I heard that you did some work with, or you were working with David Copperfield.
I did, yeah. My first job out of school, I got contracted to go on tour with David Copperfield, and it was just a PA position, and then I quickly moved up to a personal assistant position.
That's pretty cool.
So the personal so I was wondering if you got to do any of the tricks or seen like behind the scenes of.
So there were when I was on tour, there were some illusions that audience members couldn't participate in because could be dangerous. Okay. So
Like the sawing in half. They couldn't be a part of that.
well, I mean, I was never part of that,
Okay.
but yeah. But there were some plants in the audience, and I was one of the plants.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I just remember when I was a kid, they had that thing. Remember, he made the Statue of Liberty disappear.
Yes. Yeah, we were like kids. That was on TV.
Yeah, that was on TV. It was like a huge thing.
He wrote off on singing to "I Need a Hero" by Bonnie Tyler.
Oh, for real?
That was-
I don't remember that part.
That was the end song to that special. I remember
growing
that
up for
'cause
the
I
hero
wanted to be
and-
David
okay.
Copperfield because of that goddamn song at the end. It was just so motivating. Like I was dancing around the house. It was crazy.
I just always liked how like magicians, they just gave you that looks. Like
yeah, that move
It's
and the
like-
done and stuff. Yeah.
you're like, whoa, what's he doing? Like,
Did
what's
you
he
ever,
doing?
Did you ever screw with you guys, like make the bus disappear and like, you know?
Well, the first time I met him,
Yeah. The paycheck. Yeah.
no, our paychecks were pretty consistent, more consistent than film.
Yeah.
But the first time I met him, I was on the bus. I came into town, got on the bus because we were going to the next city, and my bus broke down. We had our tire got a flat, and David's bus was right behind us. We were on a 4-bus tour, so this was like a legit tour. It wasn't
Okay,
everybody
big
in a
time.
van. Yeah, it was really big. 12 people per bus. Except
Wow.
he had him and his 2 other assistants, so it was 3 people on his bus. So our bus breaks down. They stop to pick us up because we're about to get to a venue, 15 minutes outside the venue. And so we get on the bus, and he comes out of his bedroom. He's like, "What's going on?" And he
Did he have a robe on, or was he still like always in like a
he
suit?
was not in a robe.
Oh my!
And so
Hey now,
in front of everybody. And
Magic wand.
Copperfield.
I turned around because I was giggling.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh, and he thought I was polite. I was giving him his space, and really it was like I didn't want him to see me laughing. So, but yeah, and he usually had like 3 or 4 assistants. I think 4.
Okay.
And so he was looking for another assistant, and the tour manager had liked my work ethic and saw that I was competent, and then they asked me to join on to the assistant team, and I did. Yeah.
Cool. That's a cool bit of knowledge there.
That is cool.
Copperfield.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. And so it's like you said, right? So it just one builds off of the next, but you're just
Exactly, yeah.
consistently building your resume.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then from that, oh, hey, or not just your resume, but making connections as well. It's certainly in that business. I got to believe it's who you know.
It is. It really is. It's about who you know and networking. Weird connection. One of my bus drivers from David Copperfield, years later, talking years, when I started working at CNN, was the CNN bus driver.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
CNN had like this mobile news bus that would go around, and he was the bus driver. Dale, yeah.
Oh, wait, Wolf Blitzer.
Yes, he was. Oh my God, I wish I had this video. Christmas party. He was a really great guy. Very, very nice. I loved Wolf. He was my favorite.
Cool.
But
Was he blitzed at the
yeah,
Christmas party?
yeah,
Okay.
he loved karaoke, so he was. Yeah, he did. He would sing this one Christmas party. He was doing karaoke to Black Eyed Peas.
Okay.
Oh, for real.
Yeah.
Sure, why not?
And anytime Mazel, he would be like, Mazel tov.
That's fantastic.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Well, holiday party, I should say, not Christmas.
But was my wife helped me do some like Instagram stalking on you and stuff.
oh.
So it was something with like the Emmy or with Wolf Blitzer.
Yeah. CNN, I actually participated in a lot of the, when you work for a news network, when you get an Emmy or any kind of award, that goes also to the people that participate in it. And so, I've got a few Peabodys,
Nice.
Nice.
some other awards. I don't know. I still have the Peabody certificate, but yeah, the Emmys. Yeah. But my first help with Emmys was at RLTV. So
Okay, cool.
which was TV for your golden years.
Nice.
Oh, retired living television.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah. For
That's
the
cool.
55 plus.
Nice.
Nice.
Oh, why do you
Was
gotta
that
be 55?
like all the old school TV, like Gilligan's Island stuff
No,
like that?
they had, so the theory
Like a Me
behind,
TV? Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
kind of, no, the theory behind it was that it was going to be a television network for the 55 plus. So
Mm-hmm.
like retirement communities could watch it. It was like Florence Henderson had a talk show with Ernie Hudson.
Oh, so newer stuff, but just with the
Yeah.
people there. I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. Not reruns of stuff. Really.
Yeah, exactly.
That
And
makes
then
sense.
because original programming costs so much,
Sure.
you know, they ended up doing that like later on at night. And I don't even know if it's around anymore. But
I mean, you might be able to find it
Yeah.
on channel 3,468
Yeah.
or something like that.
I know it was on Comcast and it was nationwide at one point, but I don't know what's happened to it.
Yeah.
We might need to look into that. We're all getting a little older.
Yeah. Right. Getting close to that.
Yeah, on this side over here, you still got some time. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know after doing stunts.
Do you ever get like,
Injured?
have you ever been injured?
I
Something
mean,
like,
I have, you know, knock on wood, you know, you really do need to be safe. It's not like, oh my God, you're never going to get injured. You are going to get injured. And you have to trust and know your crew and the riggers that help with that. And luckily I've been very awesome. And it's just been really awesome. The crew that I work with and that I constantly get booked with are really great at what they do.
do you think Tom Cruise is a good stuntman?
I've never met him.
Okay.
met him.
I know he does a lot of his own stunts, and for him being like 4'3" has to be hard.
Yeah.
Well, that's with his shoes, right?
Yes,
he
yes.
goes, yeah. I heard that he doesn't quite do all of his stunts.
No, no, no.
That's what I'm saying. I just wanted some insider information. I kind of heard some
But,
stuff on that too.
Like I said, that's just a rumor mill.
Okay, yeah,
So,
rumors.
you
They're
know.
all rumors.
I can neither confirm nor deny.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, yep.
Yeah.
There you go.
Now, it's curious as you've moved along and progressed and grown, obviously, in your resume and your experience and expertise. In the history you have so far, is there any one person you would say that you have, hitched your wagon to that's helped you along the most?
I wouldn't say hitch your wagon. It's because I help everybody.
Sure.
If somebody comes to me and say, "Hey, I need help with this," and I don't discriminate what the position is.
Sure.
It's like I've done PA positions that are way below my skill set.
You started at the bottom. You know how it is, how hard it is to work up.
Yeah. And it's like if I need work or if somebody is like really desperate, I'll go back and be a PA.
Sure.
It's a very unforgiving job.
Sure.
You're treated terribly, honestly, as a PA.
Yeah.
And it's one of my least favorite positions to do on set, but I will definitely do it if a friend comes to me and say, "We can't find anybody. Can you please come help?" But
Has there been then that one person that's helped to catapult you the most?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Andy Dillon, the stunt coordinator that I've worked with on several stuff.
Okay.
Without him, I wouldn't have gotten Five Nights at Freddy's.
Sure.
So yeah,
Well, thank you, Andy Dillon.
Yeah. Right.
thank you. He's actually from Rockville, Maryland as well.
Oh
Wow,
wow.
Rockville. Where's home now?
I live in New Orleans.
Oh, cool.
Yep, in the 7th Ward.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the other LA.
The other
Is that what
way.
Yeah, it's called the other LA.
All right, nice, nice.
Yeah, which is, I think, perfect for me for starting out my career because it's, I'm a dime a dozen in Atlanta. There's a ton of girls that look like me, better stunt performers, more experience. So it'd be harder for me in Atlanta. LA, I wouldn't even be thought of. I'm sorry, LA, I would never be thought of. But Atlanta, I'm a dime a dozen. It'd be
Which
a
makes
lot
sense
harder.
because so much, an incredible amount of filming happens in Georgia.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Just so much. I mean,
Yeah.
at the end of
The
every other
studios.
show, you're
Yeah, we
seeing
see the
that peach.
peaches.
peach,
yeah,
right,
everywhere.
Walking Dead was down
It
there.
seems like the movie industry went to Louisiana though when the COVID hit. It seemed to me
Yeah,
like
we
a lot
had-
of film went to Louisiana.
Yeah, what Sean was saying is that he thought that a lot of film is in Louisiana during COVID, and that was because of our tax credit. So a lot of times what the studios do is they go and they find these tax credits. And like right now, Kentucky has a really great tax credit, about 40%. So what it is like, you want to get local crew because that means more money back on your production. So they follow these tax credits. And then Georgia was a state that had those tax credits and eventually they went away, but they've got their roots there.
Okay.
And so New Orleans, we just renewed our tax credit. And this summer, we all went to the state house there and we did a production for them. We showed them. We set Tim Bell, who's a an amazing stunt coordinator that I've worked with as well. And he's been teaching me some stuff. We set him on fire.
Nice.
And we showed the voters there that we really need these jobs, and it doesn't just impact the studios, it impacts the community. And we got the tax credit extended.
Yeah. Well, clearly, I mean, if you didn't, you'd burn them all.
Yeah, right. Right.
Fear factor.
That was always on the podcast. A lot of these older movies that we look at, when you look at these 80s movies, when they would set somebody on fire and it looked like they got
like 300
100 pounds bigger. You're like, why are they so big? And they're like,
Speaking of that, I wanted to ask you, so being behind the scenes now in movies and stuff, does that change your perception when you go to see something you weren't involved with? Could you go to a movie and just watch it? Now do you go and feel like you're analyzing it more? Like, I know how they did that, or I bet you they did this, or do you just get lost?
Yeah, sometimes.
Okay.
It's mostly I start analyzing the stuff that I've been on. Because I'll be like, oh yeah, that was that. Oh yeah, that was that rigging that we did. And that turned out really good. And oh yeah, they did it on this take. I see why the director did it on this take. Stuff like that. Yeah. Yeah.
Curious, when you're dressed up as Chica,
yeah.
how do they mic that? So as coming from the, audio visual side, how is that mic'd? Is it a boom over top? Is it mics inside? Do you have to change your voice? Like how does it all?
So Chica, the animatronics didn't have any voices. The only one that did was Foxy.
Okay.
And Foxy was a full puppet and a full animatronic, if you will, but it was puppeteers were moving the hands and the feet. Foxy was attached to what we call a camera jib, which would move forward, backwards, up and down. So that was Foxy, but he had the only vocals for the animatronics.
Okay.
But I know that the boom, I couldn't see anything. So I know the boom operator, he was there on set. So I don't know, probably not, because those heads were quite loud on the inside.
So that was a follow-up question I had. So as the stunt person as well, you said, look, you're going to get bruised, you're going to get hurt, you're going to get something. Seeing how, again, the dynamic of those costumes, I mean, that couldn't have been comfortable in and out. You had to have something chafing or rubbing or hurting, bruising by the end of the day.
Yeah, definitely. It was, but I have, my stump pads. So we have these things that are they're like, I don't know how to describe them. They're like gel almost, but not like a normal gel. I think I've seen them.
Well, like on a shoot, like a gel pad type that you would get for like a support or something?
Yeah, kind of. But it's like these big squares. So
Dr. Scholl's.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I think I've seen them for people who have amputated limbs, and it's like what they put in between.
Oh, when they put on the...
Well, yeah, they do the sock, but there's like this
like
cushion gel that they put to help cushion it.
Okay.
So that's the closest thing I can think of. But yeah, I definitely I'm wearing this backpack where the batteries were attached to, and that's where I had to do it because it was like really cutting into my clavicle area.
Sure.
And I think you're also saying it was so hot that the training for that, you said you had to...
Well, I trained because I didn't know what to expect. This is my first suit performance. And the two other animatronics that they got, Jade and Kevin, they're old school guys and they've been doing this for years. Kevin's actually done suit performing before. He was like the robot Silent Bob in Jane Silent Bob.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And he was cool. He's done the League of Gentlemen.
Distinguished Gentlemen.
League of Extraordinary
Gentlemen.
Gentlemen.
Yes, that's it. Yeah.
With Sean Connery.
Yeah. He was the I guess the Hyde. When he
when he would change.
Yeah. That he was him, and so they knew.
So he's an older guy.
Yeah. Okay. Jade and Kevin, sorry, they are older, gentlemen, and so I didn't know what to expect. So when I, got asked for this, I was like, all right, well, we're filming in Louisiana. I don't want to get heat stroke, so I started every day for 3 months going to the sauna. It's an infrared sauna. It gets up to about 145, 150 degrees.
Wow.
And I did it for 45 minutes a day. And then I started doing cold plunges as well, which helped a lot because I did get bruised.
Okay.
Practicing a stunt and it hurt pretty bad, but the cold plunge helped with that. But yeah, so that helped me. And I worked out 2 hours a day in the gym.
Nice. So you were in like great shape.
Oh my God, I was in the best shape of my life. And then the strike happened and I was like, well, I guess I don't need to work out.
Yeah.
Oh, what is your take on AI and all this stuff with the writers' strikes and...
Honestly, it's from my experience, just even working on set, the studios will take advantage of you any chance they can. They're just greedy. They're very, greedy. And they don't care about people. They don't. They really don't. Wherever they can take $1, they'll take $1. Wherever they can use somebody, they'll use somebody. So this was really to protect us. And I agree. I haven't seen the verbiage that's come out, but basically, you know, the studios wanted to scan somebody, pay them $75 and say, cool, thank you. 30
You're
years
done.
from now, we can still use you
Yeah.
and you don't get a say in it.
we just learned that we had Patrick O'Brien Dempsey
Yeah.
from the movie Miracle. He was just the sexiest man alive.
Yeah,
Did
yeah.
you see
Dr.
that?
McDreamy. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
Different Patrick.
different.
Oh, there I go, unprepared again. Damn it. My bad.
So you can tell we're old because I always go to Loverboy in like old 80s, like Patrick
Have you seen that
Dempsey.
movie?
I
With Patrick
haven't.
Dempsey?
Oh, it's great. Yeah, Loverboy. Or
it's-
what was the other one? Can't Buy Me Love.
Can't Buy Me Love.
Yeah, another good one. But yeah, he was talking about AI and all that.
Yeah, he was saying how, like you said, they can take somebody's image or something they used before and just use it and not have to give you a call, not have to let you know.
Exactly.
And-
Yeah. Next thing you know, you're on like a commercial for like feeding hungry children or
Right.
something. You're like, wait a minute.
When did I do that?
Yeah.
That's terrible.
Yeah.
So
Damn
in that
Hollywood.
suit, is there you know, again, it's hot.
Yeah.
It's terrible. It's whatever. Is there like a safe word? Just curious.
So we had,
I'm fucking dying over here, man.
well, we had agreed
That's
that
not the safe word.
we had agreed that it was supposed to be 15 to 20 minutes heads on and then heads off. We get a break.
Okay.
And we did stick to that at first. But between the three of us, we would say we made an agreement that if any one of us gave any one of us a signal, heads were off immediately.
Oh, nice.
Because you have to, as a suit performer, which I have learned
Sure.
now, like Kevin told me this, but I saw it in my experience. You have to advocate for yourself. Nobody's going to advocate for you. Nobody can
right.
feel the pain that you're feeling. Nobody can feel how hot you are, you know, and you do push yourself. You go, I can do it. I can do it. And that was the thing too, what I didn't realize that when I started doing the cold plunge, it was teaching me discipline and made me push myself a little bit further and be like, all right, 2 more minutes. I can do this.
For Red Bull?
Yeah.
Red Bull.
Oh, I forgot.
Oh, I
about
did see that. Yeah, didn't you make a plane?
Yeah, I did
into
make a
the
plane. Yeah.
Potomac? Or
Yeah, I
yeah,
made
tell us
a-
about that.
Okay. Yeah. We'll come back to the suit stuff, but yeah.
No, we're good. We're good. Please carry on. This is free flowing here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
I totally forgot about that. Thanks,
Going off
Sean.
the rails a little.
Yeah.
Off the rails, yeah.
So yeah, it was, I was working at CNN at the time and my coworker, Scott, was like, hey, I want to enter this Red Bull thing. We built a plane and you fly it off a platform and you land in the Potomac. I'm like, okay. Again, everything, you know, from hanging out
him.
with my brother, Sean,
Yeah.
I'm like, let's do it.
So were you actually the one that flew it?
Yeah, I was the one that flew it. So we build it and, you know, we used metal, we use aluminum, we're using fiberglass, we're using, you know, it looked great. And I've never flown anything in my entire life. So I'm like, I don't know. So we had discussed, okay, you know, when you get in there, just put your tail up, you know, and that eventually is what caused me to like not go as far. And it made me like stall out. And,
So yeah, did you run with the thing, or
so it
did
was
they
like- we
push
built-
it?
Yeah,
or?
we built a cart.
Okay.
So it's this platform was, I think, 50 feet.
Yeah, I've seen it on the red. They have it like
Yeah.
commercials for it and stuff all the
Yeah.
time because these people are just going like whoom, straight down.
Yeah, I wasn't. So it was about 50 feet above the Potomac. We're
Okay.
on this platform, and we built this cart. And with the cart, we had a brake on it. So the theory was that the aircraft or whatever glider, it was a glider, had this little platform for me to stand on. And I'm hanging on to this metal pole, this aluminum pole, and I had, you know, for my little tail, do my little flapper. And so we're on this cart. They're running as fast as they can. And as soon as they get close to the edge, they pull the brake so that the plane keeps going,
Okay.
or the glider.
Yeah.
And so it keeps gliding. And then I pulled the tail because I thought I started dipping and I should have waited. And then that's when I stalled and went straight down.
Straight
into
down.
the-
Oh, man.
Yeah, I just seen videos for that, and it just looked like a blast. I mean,
Yeah.
Oh, it was so much fun. So much fun. I did
Awesome.
it. I think I did it like a week before my wedding.
oh sweet.
So the potential of breaking a leg, I was like, whatever.
Nice.
I don't care.
So like what? Yeah, what do you do? Like what do you do for fun? Like in your spare time? Like
Yeah.
any? Do you play an instrument? Do you?
Yeah,
Like,
you know, I've been trying to pick up random hobbies, and I tried to pick up the bass for a while, and it just
Okay.
didn't stick.
slapping the bass.
Yeah,
In the ba-
yeah. But now, honestly, it's just kind of working out. Like,
Okay.
You know, like I said, I picked up boxing. That's a lot of fun. Going to pick up jiu-jitsu here soon, taking acting classes. Just right now I'm focused on more on my career.
Okay.
And learning more skill sets to make me more marketable. So,
Nice.
yeah.
You got him all right.
Yeah.
So I'm curious.
Yeah.
Did you get, what did you receive as compensation for that Red Bull fail? Like, do you get a year's worth of Red Bull? Like, how does that work?
If you win.
Yeah, you have to like glide the farthest.
If you win,
see.
I can't remember what the winning, I think there was
There's
money
no
involved. It
Consolation
was so long
prize,
ago.
like showing up prize.
Yeah, I mean,
Dude, check it on like on YouTube. Like
Yeah.
you'll see that some of these people create these things and like you just see them go like head first.
Yeah.
Or
There's
What was the budget on it? Like, wasn't there a max you could spend?
Yeah, there was a
I think
max.
It was like $2,000.
Yeah, I think you could only spend
You had to get some,
2,000.
like sponsors and stuff.
Yeah, we ended up getting sponsors, and you had to get so many likes and stuff like that. It was a really great experience.
Sure.
And it was fun. It was a lot
I
of
would
fun.
love to try something. I want to do the running of the bulls for my 50th in
You wanna
Pamplona.
do that?
Yeah, that's my 50th birthday present to myself.
That sounds terrible.
Why would you want to do it so late in life? You won't be fast. You know what I mean? Should
I
have
don't
been
know.
when
My
you were younger.
family's like, I don't know. It's like the Spanish thing. My mom was like, you should do it. No. I was
Yeah.
like, okay, I'll
But if you
try it.
asked me to go, I'd be like, okay.
That's what I mean. It sounds like something. I don't know. I just want to say I did it. I don't know because you wear like that white outfit.
Can
and
you
the
get
red.
mad in some stunts? Maybe sounds like
I
he's
could try it.
down.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
Try it.
Secretly, I'm going to feed Viagra to each one of those bulls.
Oh, no.
It didn't even make sense.
Sure, it does.
It doesn't make no sense.
When it's happening, it'll make sense.
Yeah, you're right. It's like it's happening. It's happening.
So back to movies. Your brother was telling me you're a Howard the Duck fan,
Yeah.
which is kind of that was before your time. But how'd you come across that movie? And
Oh, God, I don't know. Errol's?
Yeah, somehow we ended up with it on tape at the house.
Yeah.
like
Sean.
VHS.
Howard the
The
Duck.
Duck, yeah.
Yeah.
And that was an animatronic. I don't even. Was there a person?
No, I think that was a full suit.
Was it a
Yeah, that's what I was going to
Yeah.
ask you because that's funny that
Yeah.
he said you like that movie. Yeah.
It was only like
So it was the little person in the suit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that had to have been hot. Because
Oh,
that's
God,
yeah,
yeah.
you're talking the 80s for that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I had some fun facts about
Oh,
Howard the Duck. 'Cause
okay.
I thought it'd be cool.
There we go,
'cause
yeah.
This is what we usually do when we do vintage cinema. So budget on that movie was like between 30 and 37 million. Only made 38 million at the box office. So it was kind of
Yeah.
a dud at the box, but
Yeah.
it's done well after the fact. Called classic.
Yeah.
George Lucas had built Skywalker Ranch around that time, had like $50 million into that thing, right? So he was hoping with this movie that he would make his money back to kind of cover that. You know what I mean? He had all that. He's like, oh, this movie will make money and get it back. Well, it didn't happen, obviously. So Steve Jobs stepped in, who was a good friend of him at the time, and said, hey, this little CGI company you created at the time, I'll buy it off you. And he actually gave him like a good amount of money for it. Didn't try to undercut him on it or anything like that. He ended up selling it to him to recoup some of the money, and that went on to become Pixar.
Yep.
Which I thought was pretty interesting. Yeah. And I just thought it was a cool little fun fact about Howard the Duck. But I remember seeing that as a kid. That came out like 86, I think it was.
profit over what they spent. Like, would
Yeah.
be worth it. Like, I mean, because they made $1 million on it, right?
Oh, yeah.
And that was in the 80s. So
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't a great profit. Then.
Right. Yeah, we talk about that all the time at Zap's line.
I mean, that's just simple math.
Juice worth the squeeze.
If
Yeah.
the juice is worth the squeeze, if I make back what I paid, all right. So I broke even. But anything other than that, all right, that's profit.
Right.
Yeah.
As long as you're not losing money, yeah, you're good to go.
That's right.
Your brother was telling me you did a little project with Stallone, or you were involved in something with Stallone.
It was just recently. We got during the strike, any independent films could go. What basically it means is that it's not getting funded by the studios. It's privately funded, or another studio, smaller studio that's not part of the AMPTP could get a interim agreement. And so this movie got an interim agreement. It was with Stallone. It was called Armored. I don't know if it will come out, but we'll see.
We'll see. That's cool.
Just saw the thing on Netflix with him. It was pretty good.
Yeah, I just saw it came out. I didn't watch it yet,
Yeah.
but yeah, I did see it up there.
So that is a fun fact in and of itself. It is amazing. It would likely blow your mind relative to how many movies are made and are never released. I mean, there's just this, like, I just envision this magical Scrooge McDuck sized vault with
Yeah.
all of these countless hundreds of thousands of films in there, which is true, that are just never released.
Just never came
That's the
out.
same with
Yeah.
like music also. There's tons of
Sure.
music out there that just gets
same concept,
away.
exact same concept.
But I think a lot of them are released. They're just not released in the U.S. They'll
Yeah.
take them and move them over
This
to, like,
one,
China
yeah.
or Japan.
Yeah, Armored is. We think what's going to happen is get released over in Asia because Stallone's such a big.
yeah, so, yeah.
Yeah, that was an interesting movie for sure.
Yeah.
So when you say like a big, big star hitter like Stallone, and so now as you're again consistently moving up the ranks here in your professional career here, what's next? And I mean by that, like, what do you want to do next? Ideally, if I could do anything, it would be, the the Titanic remake and I'm playing, what's her name or whatever.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I never think of what's next. I just think of, what can I do next? I guess, it's like, what is available to me?
Got it.
In a dream world, yeah, I'd be acting and doing stunts and having a great time.
So do you put yourself out there? Like I know there's a
there got to
ton
be
of
a
stuff.
hustle. Yeah.
There's
Like you're
a
saying,
ton
there
of stuff
has to
that
be
you
a
can go
hustle.
out and apply. I see stuff for commercial work or movie shorts or whatever, television shows, anything. Are you just madly applying for that?
So right now I don't have an agent, and I guess that would be what's next for me is I got to get an agent.
Okay.
And the agent is the one that would be doing that. But yeah, there is a lot of hustle.
Yeah.
Because it's about relationships. It's about, people getting to know you. It is about skill. Don't get me wrong, but it is a lot about knowing people.
Sure.
Is that what you were saying too? Like in Louisiana compared to like LA or Atlanta or how about New York? Is it?
New York is a tough one too.
Is it a tough one too?
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think like mostly probably like Broadway and stuff in New York. And
Yeah.
I'd imagine New York, they probably don't like the film as much there. It's probably so expensive, right? Like the film there and stuff.
Yeah.
Because a couple of the movies that we covered that were supposed to take place in New York, like American Psycho, they went to Canada and filmed in Vancouver because I guess it's cheaper.
Vancouver's a big spot too.
So
Yeah.
I'd
And
imagine.
Vancouver, that same thing. They got tax credits, tax incentives, and they change all the time.
Yeah, make it worth your while.
Yeah.
New Mexico was big for filming a while back too.
Breaking Bad. and all
Yeah.
that. Yeah. So with Five Nights at Freddy's, I heard like a rumor that Matthew Lillard had said in an interview he signed like a 3-picture deal. So do you know, is there a chance there'll be more of these? Like,
Oh, for sure,
are you
yeah.
definitely?
So the way it works is that when a studio does a franchise, they will do their top cast, usually like the top, 5 or 10 cast members. They will go and sign, give them contracts. So that it protects the actors, but it also protects the studio. So they can't say like this, be like, oh my God, look, it's breaking records. Now if you want me in it, you got to pay me, X amount of money. But now it's like agreed upon, and it's in the contract. It states it's like, okay, well, if it hits this number, your pay from the next one will be so it protects everybody. So they do that and they say, okay, it'll be, in this case, 3 pictures. So they have them sign that, but it doesn't mean that there'll actually be another film. So it's all on box office numbers, budget,
Which is doing well. So I mean, it's trending.
Yeah, Emma actually came out and stated that there will be a second one.
Yeah.
And she was the director of the first one. So they're working on it. My contacts at Henson, I've talked to them and they're working on stuff, but it doesn't mean that I get to be Chica again. So it is entirely up to the director.
I gotcha.
How was Henson? I heard that you got a chance to go to California. No.
The Henson
studio.
Creature Shop. Yeah. So I got to do my fitting at the Jim Henson Creature Shop in, it's outside of LA, Sacramento, I think, or I can't remember exactly, but, it was amazing. I'm like, play cool. But inside I'm like, oh my God,
That's
that's Oscar the Grouch.
Yeah, that would be neat to see. They have like the actual
Yeah,
how
inside,
cool.
they have like the dinosaurs. They had one of the original one of the original, I think they're Skeksis. I can't pronounce it, but from Dark Crystal.
Dark Crystal.
Yeah. Like they had like all this stuff, and I'm really losing my mind.
That sounds really cool.
And I'm like, oh, this is real cool, guys. It's cool. But yeah, inside I'm like, oh,
That's wild.
yeah.
Like Labyrinth, those little.
Did he do that Never Ending Story? That creature and that was that Henson?
Oh.
Do you know?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know about
You
that
don't
one
talking
either.
about that big.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Atreyu was the kid. The name of the white flying cocker spaniel was, oh God,
Falcor.
Falcor. Thank you.
There
Jesus.
you go.
Thank you.
Nice.
Yeah. I didn't know if he was involved in that or
I
anything.
don't know. Yeah, he was involved in Cube. From the
Cube. Oh, the movie, like
from the early 90s.
yeah, it was
Wait,
like
not gleaming the
not
cube.
gleaming
Gleaming
the
the
Cube?
with Kirsten,
the
Kirsten
Cube where
Slater.
they put all those people in a cube.
Yes, it was
Yeah,
like a
it's a horror
like a
movie.
thriller.
Yeah.
Type. I remember that.
Yeah,
now
if you
said
look in
that.
the back of the box, it says the Jim Henson. Company.
Okay.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
I got to check out this Cube.
I remember seeing it. Like
Yeah,
she
they
said, it's
remade
been
it.
a while. Like it was maybe mid to late 90s. I can't remember.
Yeah, it was sometime in the 90s, but yeah, they remade it.
So you're big into like the vintage horror then?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, I definitely have watched my fair share of older movies that people are like, "What is that?"
Yeah, it's like old school horror. Do you like cheesy horror? like Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
That one, Sean used to terrorize me with that movie.
That's a great movie. Yeah.
He put it on all the time. I hated it.
Oh yeah.
And what was
He would tell me to climb down the drains. He'd be like, "The clown's down there."
From it.
Yeah. Pennywise.
Oh yeah. Pennywise, I meant.
For sure.
Yeah.
Sailboat went down there.
Yeah. He's like,
Jess.
Oh yeah.
I thought the one they had on TV was better than the movie.
With,
the miniseries that was on TV.
Who was that guy?
The original one.
Yes, the original one.
John Boy from the Waltons.
Yes.
Who played Pennywise?
Richard Thomas was in that. Tim Curry.
Tim Curry. That's
Yeah.
right.
See that? Yeah, that's good stuff. The new one wasn't bad, but it's not the old one.
No, for me, I like the old school horror. Like I'm a big fan of old horror movies like that as well.
What is your favorite? I mean, it's hard. Like they ask us that too. Like, what is your favorite like horror movie? But what is up there for you?
God, I really like a lot of them. I mean, Gremlins, obviously, but do you remember Trolls?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
I like that one. That was cheesy.
Is that the one Jennifer Aniston was in?
No, that's Leprechaun.
Leprechaun. Oh, okay.
God, Leprechaun was good too. Yeah. No, I remember the corn scene, and I'm like, why would you eat it? That stuff is green.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
You don't need to do that.
Yeah.
I'll give you a really good old school cheesy horror movie when it's called Basket Case.
Basket Case.
Oh, I haven't seen that one.
Oh, it's great. You'll appreciate the special effects in it and stuff, but they made 3 of them, I think.
Put it on your to-do list.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
When you're not boxing, working.
Oh yeah, in between training and acting and everything else.
Working.
Well, yeah, I put when I go to the gym, I usually put something on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah,
Remember they used to be big at like Gold's Gym. I think. Remember they had like the movie studio place.
Oh yeah.
Anybody that used to go to Gold's back in the day.
They had the theater playing.
Yeah, the theater.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the hell? You need a theater? And I got in there. I was like, I get it. I get it.
Sean was on the wanted list for Bally's. They would call him and be like, he died.
You remember when they would have they would call
Membership,
get you in there and they
yeah.
would get you on the membership payment plan. And
Right.
I think I was
And you couldn't
17
cancel or
18,
whatever, yeah.
and they just kept calling the house and collecting their one of
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we ended up just telling him, sorry, he died.
the
He's like, why? He was 17. He was like, yeah, it was cancer.
Oh jeez.
They do make it
Wow,
so
you guys
hard.
went hardcore.
Yeah.
Anything you do to get them to stop calling.
Yeah.
it.
Or just to stop charging you.
Yeah.
There's that.
Yeah.
So filming for this movie filming for Five Nights at Freddy's was X number of days.
Yeah.
How many days were you there of the, let's say, total filming days? Were you there every day?
There was one day or two that I wasn't there, but it was very rare.
Right.
The first 2 weeks of shooting, we were in rehearsal. So it was 4 weeks of rehearsal and I believe 8 weeks of shooting.
Okay.
And so the rehearsal we really needed because we were, Jim Henson Creature Shop was perfecting the costumes, making sure that they would work or like watching them. You know, we were able to rehearse some stunts in there and say, oh, well, this didn't work. This didn't feel right. So we needed that time. It gave them practice of helping us dress. It gave us time to get dressed. So we needed that time. And also perfecting the walks and the movements and all that stuff. So that happened during those 4 weeks.
Okay.
So for the first 2 weeks, we were in rehearsal. Maybe it wasn't the first 2 weeks. Maybe it was the first week. But out of all the shooting, it was like maybe 1 day or two that I wasn't. But we were there every day.
I would imagine, given this particular role, you're one of the bad guys.
Yeah.
I mean, that's, you're there. You're one of the torments. You just have to be
But it's,
there.
yeah, you have like the movie's like a good guy, bad guy.
Yeah.
So we've
Are
done.
they bad?
We've covered movies before where they're a lead or a quasi lead or a very popular actor or actress will show up. They're there for a day. They're in and out.
Yeah.
They get their parts done and they're in and out. This was obviously a hell of a lot more than.
Yeah. We were there, even if they didn't use us, which was very rare, we were there on set in our bottoms. And that was like our feet and the leg portion.
But without the heavy head on.
Yeah. We got a break from the head, thank God. But, and so sometimes I would be in the top half of it, like the bib part because I was cold. But yeah, we were there every day.
So you guys weren't out in the parking lot?
No.
Botting it?
Well, they didn't. Yeah. They were very protective. I mean, these suits were like hundreds and thousands of dollars. So we weren't allowed.
You couldn't take them home and stuff.
I know. I wanted to take
The Henson Studios isn't cheap, man.
Yeah, right.
They're not cheap.
I wanted that cupcake.
That would have been cool.
Oh, the cupcake is cool.
Yeah.
Like that's going to be a top seller.
I mean, you
think
could
this
have
year.
did a ton of TikToks, like
know.
going to convenience store.
Well, I
wearing
wanted to be like
Costco.
Yeah, I wanted to go on my little Amelie adventure with Carl. The cupcake's called Carl.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
I wanted to go on my Amelie adventure with Carl. You know,
Would have been good promotion, go around.
Yeah.
Sure,
Would have been-
absolutely.
yeah, definitely.
that's okay. Yeah.
So I was looking here at the like we always talk budget and stuff. So budget, according to the internet, who knows,
Mm-hmm.
was around 20 million and it made 251.9. So
yeah.
Yeah, that's a great return.
very great,
Yeah,
very good
you're
return.
doing well.
Good job, Blumhouse.
Yeah,
The juice was worth the squeeze.
for sure.
Oh, is that a Blumhouse picture?
It is. Yeah.
Okay.
hmm Yeah, you see in the beginning.
Yes, that
Yeah.
the little scene they have.
Right, right,
Very
right.
cool.
So I like that this movie, like, and you said you can relate too. With our ages, we grew up going to Chuck E. Cheese and all that and stuff like that. And this movie is based on the video game, which kind of reminds me of Chuck E. Cheese, the character and the whole
100%.
The whole, yeah. So I wrote down some cool stuff about Chuck E. Cheese.
My sister got lost at Chuck E. Cheese.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, like
In
we
the
were
balls
like,
or something,
We
or
were
what?
like, no, we didn't know where. Like, remember they had the little cheesy part
Yeah.
that they got rid of. It was like the,
Yeah, underneath the stage.
the Swiss cheese stuff, like underneath. Yeah,
Yeah,
remember
understand.
that?
Back in our day, I'll
No, I
start
went
with.
to Chuck E. Cheese.
Okay, but
Yeah.
it was. I promise you, it was far different back in like the 80s.
80s.
Yeah, they had
Yeah.
ashtrays and stuff.
So ashtrays. it was actually
BYOB, Chuck E.
was-
Cheese.
Yeah.
dark in there. Like, it was absolutely dark.
Grandma,
in there,
put that down.
Scary. Like,
Oh,
and you could
yeah, that
crawl
was not
underneath the.
Yeah, you
what
remember
Matt
those
was talking
things?
About. You
Yeah.
crawl underneath the stage, and there were little portholes, looked like bubbles, where you could. The parents, if in case they were curious, they could see where their kid was. Otherwise, they're eating pizza, doing whatever.
Yeah.
Nowadays, it's all bright and lit.
Yeah.
And sunshiny. No, back then it was dark and creepy and cool.
It's still a little
just
bad. Like I think kids are getting stabbed at Chuck E. Cheese.
The one around here, yes,
Yeah,
that's correct.
I mean, think how
It's
built,
not a good spot
think
at
how built
all.
up your immune system was from Chuck E. Cheese, like all the
Yeah.
germs in there and all that. Oh my God.
But anyway,
it was
yeah,
bad.
like our parents left. I think this other kid was like with us and thought it was my sister, and we were out going towards the car, and like my
no.
mom turns around. It's like,
Where's my other kid?
Where's the other kid?
That would be scary.
I was cool. I was like, let's go.
Yeah.
Stepdaughter
She's good.
Was Chucky at a Chuck E. Cheese? She worked there.
Oh, for real?
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's pretty cool.
She's almost 6 foot tall, so she fit the.
Oh yeah, she is tall.
Like you're Chucky. Go get in there. She's like, I
Yeah.
guess.
Yeah.
Is that extra pay though? Like if you're the main character?
I'll find out. And let you
Okay,
know.
thank you.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to doing some other stuff.
Chica was about 7 foot tall.
Holy moly.
Yeah.
It's huge.
Oh, so they really were like I thought
They
that
were
was
huge.
just like
No, they were.
they were just like panning up to show. Wow.
Yeah.
So you're standing on at least a foot of a riser, and then your head
No,
is.
no, that's how big the head was.
Holy
It was
cow.
like I was wearing these foam feet, and inside the feet were sneakers that were attached. So, so there wasn't much left there.
Yeah.
But it was all pretty much the head. Yeah.
That's cool.
God damn.
Yeah, so that was an
showing a picture
Instagram.
right now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you
I was
were-
definitely. I looked like Buzz Lightyear.
Kind of like
Holding the
My-
helmet
my-
next to you.
My tiny little head. I'll show you. Okay, some other
The
photos.
main man.
Like Beetlejuice.
Buzz
Little head
Lightyear.
in it.
Oh, I definitely was doing like, I'm wearing a little jacket, you know, like Chris Farley. Yeah,
Fat guy and a little.
fat guy and a little
Yeah.
yeah.
I said that to myself a lot.
That's wild.
Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah, so I wanted to
sorry.
say that. Yeah, sorry, back to that. Did you know that it was founded in 1977 by the co-founder of Atari, Nolan Bushnell? So it was a little side project, but actually it was like his passion. That's what he wanted to do, start this. So he started out on the West Coast, and then when he sold franchises, more to the middle of the country, they started Showbiz Pizza. Time was the other one. It was like all connected. And
I
stuff,
remember
but-
Showbiz Pizza.
Yeah, but that's a connection. Atari, video games, Chuck E. Cheese. You know what I mean? It all
It
comes
all
full
comes back,
circle
yeah.
almost in this
Yeah.
movie. So I thought that was pretty cool. And the other thing, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen the movie yet, you might want to turn this off. But in the movie, we find out near the end that Matthew Lillard, you find out he's the bad guy.
Oh, why did you? Oh, come on.
Yeah.
Sorry, man.
Well,
Why did you
give
have
him
to
a
say-
spoiler alert?
Yeah,
They
yeah,
had
we-
to take it out.
Nobody
but-
ever listens to that though.
but
You
she
say
told-
spoiler alert.
She
It's
told
just
me something though
Yeah.
that I didn't even catch, because I was thinking of the movie Scream. I'm like, I should have known Matthew Lillard's going to be the bad guy at the end, and then the other guy's going to pop out. But you were saying there was something that
Yeah.
he did that was an ode to the movie Scream.
So, sorry, another spoiler.
Spoiler
Yeah,
alert.
yeah,
Spoiler alert.
Yeah.
He has a knife to kill someone. And the way he wipes the knife is the way he wipes it in Scream.
Oh, with his daughter. That
Yeah.
part.
Okay. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Spoiler
Well,
alert.
I wasn't sure. I
Spoiler
was
alert.
like, are you being sarcastic?
No.
Yeah. When he knifes the daughter and he wipes
Yeah,
it
and
off, it's
yeah.
the Scream wipe.
Yeah. See?
Yeah.
Cool.
There you go.
That's a fun fact.
It is. Yeah, I didn't want to ruin that for any. If you haven't seen the movie yet and you're a fan and you probably you should have.
Well, if you're a fan, probably
Yeah,
you saw it
seen
4
it
times, right?
Yeah.
4 times at the theater, like that one
Any
guy.
other Easter eggs that we need to know?
I'm not sure. It's, filming was really short. So we started in like December, February, and we filmed until April 3rd. And from April, I'm like picture wrapped April 3rd. Editing process, everything was done before October 26th. So that's a short time. It's a very short
because you're
Turn it
working
all
every
around.
day. Yeah, boom, boom, boom.
Yeah.
So what's the temperature down there, like in Louisiana around that time? Was it like, is it,
It's hot.
it's still hot even then?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I wasn't sure.
It's like right before I left to come here, it was like 86.
oh, wow.
Yeah. And that's, typical winter weather.
So one other thing I want to ask you, so this is PG-13, and then there are some people that say, oh, they should have made it a little more violent, like maybe made it rated R. I guess the game, I haven't played the game. I saw like gameplay of people playing on YouTube that they were saying they could have made it a little bit more violent, but I guess there's a fine line with that because you don't want to eliminate a big part of your audience,
Yeah.
right? So, and then with marketing and everything else like that.
Yeah,
so,
I wasn't part of that decision, but there were some really violent stuff in the script that we just
kind of toned it down. Or,
Yeah, it was like when the guys break into the pizzeria, Bonnie, who has a guitar, was supposed to like shish kebab a guy, and lift the guitar up, and he falls down the guitar.
Oh, okay.
But it just, I don't know if it was a practical thing that they couldn't do in time.
So that's not on like the editing room floor or anything like that.
No,
or-
that got completely cut from the script.
I got you.
So
Well, shucks.
Yeah,
That's a
that's
shame.
yeah.
You think as the series, like you said, as it goes on, they might get an R rating for maybe the next one?
I don't know. Yeah, it's up to the studio and the director for that. Yeah.
I would think
Sometimes
that
you
they
see
probably
that.
want to keep it
Yeah,
like
you-
that
yeah.
because you're eliminating a lot of the audience.
Yeah.
Not to say I know I snuck in a rated R movie. Well, they didn't really care back then.
Right.
Like we talked about, Zap, you were what, 12 when you got in there?
My first R-rated movie was coming to America. First R-rated movie in the theater was Coming to America. That came out 87, so 11.
Yeah,
I have my Randy Watson shirt on today. I didn't even know you were
I
gonna
saw
say
it.
that.
I saw it.
that's
But
cool.
yeah, Sean over here at 6.
Oh yeah. Well, I have an older brother. He's 5 years older, and I know he introduced me to a lot of stuff. I
Yeah.
probably shouldn't have been seeing, but I remember Nightmare on Elm Street was 84.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. You watched that a lot. I remember that. Yeah.
So I was 84. I'm 8 years old, and my brother was like, he's like, hey, check this out. Well, I slept on his floor in his room for like 4 or 5 days. You know what I mean? So when you have an older sibling like
Yeah.
that, introduce, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Definitely.
That's where I would see like on HBO going to my babysitter, we called her Aunt Joyce, but she, we'd be over there all the time, but her son and me were the same age, but when he had sleepovers, they had HBO. So at night we'd all sneak down because his older brother, Tony, was like 4 or 5 years older than us. So that's where we see all these movies like, what?
Yeah.
It's good
You guys
times.
remember the original HBO, how it had a box and it was just like a button you pushed on it?
Oh yeah.
That was, you put your TV on channel 3 and
The old cable box. Yeah.
The black box. And it had, is that the one that had the round dial?
Well, I had one like that early on. It was a dial, and then they went to
it was
the
called Super TV. It had the dial.
Super.
It was like the generic HBO.
right. Then they had the Scientific Atlantica cable
Yeah.
boxes.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Gerald Communicate, or was it? I forget. It was a bunch of-
Gerardo. Or,
something like that. Yeah.
Gerardo.
Gerardo. Yeah, he sung.
Yeah.
Rico
was that-
Suave.
Rico
Yeah, he did.
Suave. Yeah. Guys, got any other questions about the movie? Anything else we missed?
Not just it's a fun movie. Check it out. I honestly, my kids thought it was great. My 8-year-old was still she had a little bit of a problem with it.
What scary part was it?
I think where there was the kid.
Abby.
No, not the little girl. One of the 5,
Oh, the ghost children.
the ghost children.
yeah.
Yeah.
The one he liked, and like his eyes started bleeding.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And
Yeah. I don't remember.
you don't recall that part? Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently, my 8-year-old daughter was like, I'm gonna go upstairs now. I'll watch it when daytime. And I'm like, all right.
She was out.
Yeah. Clint's all like, get out of here.
You're ruining it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
stop it.
She was upstairs wiping her eyes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That was just a little bit that scared her.
Well, that's a little Easter egg. Jophiel, she plays the ghost girl with the long blonde hair. She's supposed to be the ghost Chica. That is Jade, who plays Bonnie. That's his daughter.
Oh wow.
And
Okay.
his son is also Raphael Luce, who plays young Vecna in Stranger Things.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Stranger
cool.
Things is good.
Stranger Thing is good.
I enjoyed
I
that.
think it's fantastic.
Yeah.
So I got one last one, but it's a loaded one. I just want you to go off on it. The topic of Comic-Cons.
Mm-hmm.
So you had mentioned during this, little get together that you definitely need to get an agent. You need need an agent for that next level stuff. In Comic-Cons, do you get a hold of them or do they get a hold of you?
So I do have an appearance agent, so that's different. So I need to get a casting agent.
Okay.
And that's my next step. And I've been talking to some people and looking at, what I want to do. But yeah, I have an appearance agent. And so my agent, they can reach out to him and then he does it. But mostly he's been going around. He's like, oh, I think you're going to do great here, 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 and here. And so he's the one that's been doing that.
That's awesome. And I guess the follow up to that is, do you have more Comic-Cons in your future?
Yeah. Well, I've been doing a lot of horror shows. The first Comic-Con that I did as a guest was...
I'm sorry, I use the term interchangeably, right?
yeah.
I just think of anything where people are going to come in some sort of cosplay and get all together, be it a horror theme, be it video games, be it comic books, be it movies, right?
So the next one is next weekend. I'm flying to Chicago.
Nice.
It's Days of the Dead of Chicago.
Oh, nice.
That's awesome.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe she saw the guy from Fright Night. See there? The guy that plays the vampire in Fright Night. We just did Fright Night.
Oh.
I saw him at a couple of these conventions.
What, the older guy?
Yeah. No, not him.
The young kid.
No. The guy that was the name, Sarandon. Peter, or not Peter.
Yeah, he was...
Susan Sarandon.
He was
Susan
Prince.
Sarandon.
He was Prince Humperdinck in the
Chris
Princess
Sarandon.
Bride.
Oh, okay.
Chris Sarandon.
Chris Sarandon. He was from Fright Night.
Yeah,
and,
I haven't run into him yet, but I've run into Greg Nicotero.
How about Bruce Campbell?
From Walking Dead, yeah.
Yeah. Greg and I are friends.
Cool.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, he's my agent. He's one client of my agent.
Bruce Campbell from Evil Dead.
No, I haven't run into Bruce yet.
I would imagine he's a big draw.
Yeah, Bruce
for-
will go around to the shows.
American
or Sam.
Werewolf in London.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's another one, Dave.
The guy that did the guy from the movie, or the guy that did the
the actual werewolf guy.
the werewolf guy. Okay.
Yeah. Gosh, now I feel terrible because I'm like, wait, what?
Oh, that
It's okay.
reminds.
It's a lot to think about.
It's all a
Yeah,
blur.
it is.
You meet and see,
Yeah.
you
So many
shake so
people.
many hands. Right.
Yeah.
Well, that brings me back.
Huh?
You work with Timberlake on that one.
I did.
Justin
work with
Timberlake.
Justin Timberlake. Yeah, on Palmer. Yeah, I worked
You
with
were
Fisher Stevens. Yeah.
You were in that tabloid. Remember the picture?
Oh God, yeah.
Oh, for real?
Justin,
Yeah.
Scandalous.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
Oh, my goodness.
I just watched a good movie with him, Reptile, on Netflix.
Never saw it.
It's him and it just came out like maybe.
Oh yeah, it's where he's like a real estate agent or something. Yeah, I haven't.
Oh, I saw that.
that was good.
That was really
Yeah.
good. Yeah, I liked it.
I haven't
It was like that murder mystery type thing, and they were taking the pictures, but then remember people were going.
Spoiler alert!
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
No,
I'm gonna
no.
tell you about
It was
it.
different than him in that role.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was very different in that role.
No, he was really good in that movie about 10 years ago.
Alpha Dog.
Alpha Dog was really good.
Yeah.
That was a
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
cool movie.
Yeah.
But back to I wanted to say I really like that you guys in that movie that it's actually animatronics and not
Yeah.
CGI.
Yeah.
Because like I said, like old school horror, and American Werewolf made me think of that.
Yeah.
I love it so much when those special effects were done like that with makeup artists and animatronics and different stuff. I don't like that CGI stuff too.
That's why I
too
like
much.
Fright Night so much, is that had really cool, like old school, just like special effects.
Yeah. Everything was practical. There wasn't. Well, like there was a CGI moment. The cupcake when he's attacking the leg, the electrical volts that you see, that's CGI.
Right, but
and
yeah.
there's CGI when you see the legs drop.
Well, you have to use it here and there.
A little
but
bit, yeah.
If you have the technology
That's
to do
actually,
it.
yeah, it was. They shot that scene, the leg drop scene. They shot the scene. They didn't get what they wanted, so they had to come back and do it. And they didn't have time to call the Maxine stunt double in, so they asked me to step in.
Cool.
And so the person putting down the chair and the feet, that's me.
Oh, nice.
And then when you see the legs go up, that's me.
That's cool. Yeah.
And then when you see the legs go down, that's actually Jade.
Next time I watch it, I'll be like, I know her.
Yeah.
I know her.
Yeah.
Oh,
Right.
I know those hands. I know those feet.
That's a lot of legs.
Yeah. It is a lot of
That was like an Evil
but
Dead.
uncredited.
Yeah. We just did Evil Dead, a review, and remember that had the same issue on the first Evil Dead. They went and there was a lot of scenes they had to reshoot and they couldn't get people. So they would film them from the waist down. And it was like, the one scene was a girl walking around with like boots on and jeans. It was supposed to be the.
Sure, anybody
Bruce
can wear pants.
Right,
Yeah,
right,
exactly,
right.
yeah.
And it's like, we just need to get this scene and stuff. But
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah. That happens a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just have what would be your dream vacation?
Oh, I used to think it would be going to a beach and just kind of relaxing.
Mm-hmm.
But that's because I fill my day with so much stuff that like just any type of
Relaxation.
like chilling is good. Like this is my first day off in like 2 or 3 months.
Awesome. Thanks for spending it with us.
Yeah, thanks for sharing it
That's
with
awesome.
us.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
feel honored.
So I guess
So
a
like
better
a
way to
beach
phrase
thing.
that would be your 5 nights at and leave it
Oh,
at.
that's a good one. Yeah. 5 nights at.
Oh, okay, yeah. 5
Turks and
nights
Caicos,
at-
or-
yeah, there you go. Yeah.
All right. And what music wise, any concert you would like to go see, or
You know, Tool came back around.
Oh, Tool,
and,
yeah,
and I
sure did.
missed.
Yeah.
Nice.
Twice I've missed their shows. Twice. I would love to go and
if
see
like,
them
or if a
again.
perfect circle gets around or something? Yeah.
They're not getting any younger.
I know. Well, I saw them when they were doing their Lattice tour,
Mm-hmm.
and I loved that. And,
Nice.
But I think that was like my first like real concert, honestly.
Oh, really? Like that
Yeah,
you've
like
ever
arena
been?
concert.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
yeah, like I would always do like these little, like 9:30 Club,
Like
Black
shows.
Cat.
Okay.
Yeah,
9:30 Club is a really cool place.
Down in
Yeah.
DC, yeah.
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 I think we saw,
It's changed. It's changed.
Really?
A lot. Yeah. When I was going there, you had to pay the bum not to break your car.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
Yeah, there's like the fenced in areas to park and
no,
stuff like
it was
that.
like
or?
no fenced in areas. It was
Oh.
like all street parking, and a homeless guy would be like $5 to park here, and if you said no, he'd put a trash can through your windshield.
Oh, yeah. That's how when we were down at the
yeah.
Preakness. Remember we went down there, down in Maryland.
Yeah.
I think I
went to
saw.
the guy was like, "Yo, you park in my yard or your car won't be here." Like we went down to the Preakness horse race. That was in Pimlico, Maryland. It's kind
Dude,
of
that
a rough,
was like 25 years ago.
rough
Yeah,
area. Yeah.
But I think I saw Insane Clown Posse at 9:30
down-
Club.
Yeah, that was right. They were
Yeah.
spraying fig.
Yeah, we were
everywhere.
like we were like 20 or 19 or something.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
even younger. Wow.
Yeah. So I
So
went
Tool.
to go see at 9:30 Club. So this is years later since like seeing tons of bands at 9:30 Club, and I went there and I went to go see At the Drive-In. And I was like, where am I? I was like, this is nice. This is nice.
different.
There's like a salad shop here. Like,
wild.
what is going on? It was,
Regentrification and
Smoothie bar,
Philly,
yeah.
yeah, it was very weird.
Like at the end of Shameless, how the neighborhood
Yeah.
changed.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Did you guys see the original Shameless, like the English one? It's so weird, but it's the
Yeah.
exact same people.
Yeah.
They're just British.
Like The Office.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I knew about it and I saw clips from it.
Yeah,
but-
check it out. Like just watch the
Yeah.
first episode and you'd be like, "What? Wow, this is so
Yeah.
it's strange, but cool."
I'm weird. Like when Netflix
Yeah.
comes on, if it's like a British show, I can't watch it.
That's how I am. Yeah.
Or like The Office. People are like, The Office is so great, but like there was a whole nother Office before The Office. But people can't watch the original Office
I'm
because
addicted to British television. Have you watched? Yeah, have you watched Taskmaster?
no.
Oh, that's good. So they get a bunch of comedians and they assign a task to them, and it's like you have to pop all the balloons in the room, but you have to use a spoon or something like that.
Okay.
You know, it's like something weird, and it's pretty good. I like
I
it.
just remember British TV when I was a kid, like late at night. It was
Benny
like,
Hill.
No, are you being served? You guys
Oh
remember
yeah,
that?
I do remember. Are
It's a
you being
great show.
served?
Yeah.
Great show.
But
Being
that's
served. I don't
Mrs.
remember that
Slocum.
one.
they were like it was at like a department store.
Yep.
What year was that?
Oh my god.
God, 70s?
Yeah,
Yeah.
70s.
Yeah.
But it was on late at night.
It was very risky for that.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Like they were coming like garter
Yes.
belts and stuff.
Yeah.
Like yeah.
Well, I only remember Benny Hill, like from the 80s. Like
Yeah, that was
full-
on late at night.
Yeah. You would get nudity on there and stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
Not
it
full
was-
nudity, was there?
Oh, yeah.
Topless.
Topless? Yeah,
yeah.
you're right.
Topless. Yeah.
That was on channel 33.
He
You'd
would
be
s-
running.
slap
Public
that,
television.
Like in slow motion, like
Yeah.
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 You'd slap that bald guy on the head.
yeah.
Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah.
Anything else, guys? I don't know. Zap, you got a
I
last
got
question?
nothing else.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Nothing.
No, I'm just happy. Yeah, I'm happy you came
Yeah.
and spent your
Well, thank
day
you so
off.
much.
My gosh.
Yes,
Yeah.
truly. Thank you.
insane.
Thank you so very much.
Yeah, my brother was like, "You're doing this."
No,
No,
we
really
appreciate it.
Thank you.
No, thank you
Yes.
so much.
This is my dryer moment with Sean all over again. no, I'm
forcing
kidding.
you into it.
Yeah, no.
It wasn't that
No,
bad.
No, no,
he didn't force me. I literally was like, "Yeah, let's do it."
No, we appreciate it. Definitely.
Yeah,
no,
thank you.
like-
First
really
the dryer,
appreciate
now the basement.
Yeah,
No, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we enjoy doing. We do the vintage cinema reviews and the true crime and all that, but we've done interviews in the past. We enjoy sitting down with people, just hearing their experience, and this was great. I really
Awesome.
enjoyed
Thank
it.
you so much for having me.
No, we appreciate
Yeah, you're
it.
super cool.
Oh.
No, we're not just saying that because you're on the show.
No,
It's-
no,
We have
absolutely.
to say that
Cool.
because we're being.
See,
I'm cooler
being
than
nice.
you.
You are cooler than him because you haven't said much. So
yeah.
That's all right. He looks like Harry Henderson, I think.
But so social media and stuff, you have just the Instagram, or do you have other?
It's it's B00GALAH, and that
Awesome.
is pronounced Boogala.
Nice. I'll be sure to go ahead and follow Jess on there. definitely go check out Five Nights at Freddy's if we didn't ruin you with the
Spoiler alert.
And
Spoiler
hopefully you
alert.
skipped that part. Anything else? You
I
guys
got
good?
nothing. I hope
All
for
right.
dinner, you two go out for pizza at Chuck E. Cheese and
Yeah,
have a good time.
Have a pizza, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they were saying the animatronics are going to be gone now. So
That's
Chuck E.
right,
Cheese,
that's right.
Yeah,
So,
that's a bummer.
but all right, I guess that's it for now. So we'll catch you where.
On the flip side.
If we don't see you sooner, we'll see you later.
Peace. Thanks for listening to The Vintage Cinema Review in the Old Dirty Basement. If you dig our theme music like we do, check out the Tsunami Experiment. Find them on Facebook. Their music is streaming on Spotify and Apple, and where great music is available.
You can find us at Old Dirty Basement on Facebook and Instagram, and at Old Dirty Basement Podcast on TikTok.
Peace.
We Audi 5000.